Yo, we are live, Piff Radio. We live, y'all see we live. We with the L with live. You know what I'm saying? Man, there we go. We got a special guest, you know what I'm saying? One of the board members of education of DeKalb County. You know what I'm saying? DeKalb County. Diijon Dacosta Senior.
Yep.
Senior. We make sure you had to get that right. Senior. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, my brother? What's going on?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal, man. Just excited to be here with you all, with my girl Shay,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. All right, man, let's get right into this thing. So, all right, well, tell the audience who you are and where you from. Man?
All right, well, so I'm Diijon Dacosta Senior. I had to put that on there. Right here, straight from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Graduated from the almighty Redan High School.
Hey,
Redan. Okay.
Hey, so currently, I am the vice chair of the Dekalb County School District Board of Education. Proud to share that I am the youngest ever elected in the history of DeKalb County School District, and this is my second term as the vice chair, and also the second term in office. So I'm excited about it.
Congratulations on that. I wish we had the horn.
On this one, we needed the DJ in on this one.
Right. That's what's up, man. So, man, that's what's up, man. So, being on the you know what? I'm gonna get right ahead of myself. I want to get ahead of myself. So
I just need to say shout out to Stone Mountain. You know what I'm saying? That what made a good bit of us.
Yeah. Okay. Falling off that rock. You know, it's funny if you're flying in Atlanta, you just see that rock sitting in the middle. Right. You flying in and you see it. It's like that look like a pimple in the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's dope, man. So. Please explain to our audience, man, what exactly is your role as a member of the Board of Education for DeKalb County, man?
Okay, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you all asked that question because many of the, our viewers or our, constituents don't really understand the role of the board. But we have 3 main duties, but we have 12 things that we are capable of doing. But the first thing is, enacting policies. Ensuring that they are effective and efficient to the governance of the district. That's number 1. Number 2 is selecting, hiring, and also firing the superintendent. Approving the annual budget, where we just approved the budget, and I know we'll talk about that exciting news of what we have implemented this year. And also, setting the local millage rate. And the millage rate is basically the school tax that our that you all pay as taxpayers to contribute to our school district. But there's a lot more around it, what we do as a board member, but those are our 4 main duties and responsibilities.
Oh, okay. Let me check my pockets, see
where my money been going.
See my money been going.
Okay.
What does
the superintendent do?
Well, the superintendent is in charge of the day-to-day operation. So everything that, consists of, some issues that you all may find challenges in, like where your child go to school at, or, setting the tone of the district, and, everything else it starts from, the guidance of the Board of Education. Then the superintendent implements what we are, what the goals are set for the district, and then everything pretty much trickles down.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
They're the CEO of the entire district. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So look here, CEO. Bro, we is not gonna do that today. I don't think we're gonna do that today, CEO. Hold on, wait a minute.
That's gonna happen. You
got to cast a vote on this thing.
He's an educational officer.
No doubt. Yeah. All right, man. That's what's up, man. So, who and what has been your biggest inspiration in life, period? You know what I'm saying? We got a lot, dog. You know what I mean? I know I got a lot, but who is your biggest one? Like, man, this is my biggest inspiration out here.
Man, I'll tell you, honestly, it's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ralph Simpson.
Okay.
Many of us know him. He's, very, a very powerful man, who really took us under his wing back in the 1990s. And from that point on, he's still a part of my life, and being able to guide and help me shape towards my future. So I'm very much proud to say that, that Dr. Rolf Simpson is, one of my greatest inspiration. He wrote this book that, I pretty much live by, honestly. It's called From Remedial to Remarkable. And that is the background story of, what I tell the kids and how I made it this far. So Dr. Simpson. And Lean on Me now. We can't forget Lean on Me now.
Lean on me.
That movie right there is
Dr. Clark. Dr. Clark. Dr. Clark. Man, shout out to Dr. Simpson. I did not know that. That's interesting, Diijon, because I do know Dr. Simpson. He definitely had a major impact on us here in the 90s. I actually he started as an elementary school teacher at our elementary school, and he was I think the 6th grade. We had 6th grade still apart at back then, and tell my age, but they had 6th grade a part of elementary. And so when he was a 6th grade teacher, I couldn't wait, because I was like, boy, I was in 5th grade. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Oh, everybody wanted him to be. Oh, I can't wait, man. I want him to be my teacher. I want him to be my teacher. And then when I finally got up there, he moved on. I was so hurt. He went on to middle school, and then went on and actually moved up, if you will. And I was like, oh, he was the best. Everyone loved him. He's definitely is a great inspiration. I was part of the winning circle. Yes. And so he was he had the boys, and I was part of the girls with Miss Polk. So I loved Dr. Simpson, man. Shout out to Dr. Simpson. I haven't seen him in quite some time.
He's still doing big things. Right now, he's the deputy superintendent in Clayton County. So, Clayton is doing some great things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That damn Clay, he out there Clayco. I have no idea who he is, but now I do. You know what I'm saying? only been here 12 years. So, I've been here 12 years. So, just getting used to the things, what I'm saying, is going on, because again, my kids are part of the the county and system and stuff like that, man. So how was it like, man? Well, congratulations on being reelected.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, congratulations, dog. What man. Did you experience any pushback though from the voters, from the previous voters? Did you people like, oh nah, I ain't for Deshaun, I don't know now. You
know about him this time around.
Right.
Yeah, I think yes. We had 2 great candidates that I ran against, and what happened was at the time we departed. I'll say I don't like to use the word fire, but our superintendent at the time, and it caused a whole bit of a disruption in our community, where they didn't really like it, because DeKalb County had so many superintendents throughout the years, and it was right before my reelection. So at that time, it was the talking topic of maybe DeKalb or maybe the state of Georgia as well. And I had voters, come out and just say straight out, listen, I don't like you anymore because of what you've done. And I had to tell anybody, because I'm a product of this my environment and DeKalb, I love DeKalb from the bottom of my heart, that any decision I ever made was for the betterment of our district and our children. So it was really hard for them to take that. My first time experiencing a runoff. So if you see these bags under my eyes, man, I'm still recovering, honestly, about it. But now it's time to, to get back and, reestablish these relationships and, continue to move forward. But yeah, it was hard, man. It was hard.
Dang, man,
you gotta interesting. I didn't know. Okay.
So okay, let me get it right. So the runoffs when I want to get this right. So the runoffs is when the vote when it's not enough votes, or it was a tie, or the votes is close or something like that. Then you had to have a runoff for the
right. Right. So it was 3 of us, and it was so in order to take it out completely, you have to have 50% plus 1 votes to actually go. And I made it to 49.17%.
Oh man.
Right. Wow. I was short about, max about 100 votes. And
wow.
I outright beat them by, the popular votes, where I had about 7,000 votes and my opponents probably had about 2,500 the max. But then push us to the runoff. So my whole month of June, I had to dedicate to getting back out there in the field and doing what I do. Yeah.
So you had to, okay, so after that, so you had to, oh man, I got to get back out here and campaign again.
Campaign again.
Get some babies, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I gotta kiss too many babies out here now.
It's COVID, post-COVID. We ain't kissing no babies.
Yeah.
I done kissed enough babies. Like, dang. Wow. Man, that'd be crazy. You done spent a few months campaigning, and then you gotta I gotta go do this again for another month and a half. Oh Lord, but hey man, it worked out.
Yeah. June.
Got you.
It worked out. It worked out.
That's what's up.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Congrats on that, man. So what challenges have you faces being on the board of education?
I think some of our greatest challenges is really not being able to touch and reach every child as we want. To be straight up honest, my ultimate goal is to move the district forward into another direction, to give people a different perspective of what we're delivering. And it's not as easy as people think it is. You have 7 other board members that you have to to agree with, to come up with one decision, and then you have to have the right superintendent to actually implement those different changes. So it's a challenge when you see the data, right? That the data is probably moving just a notch or an inch, and you want to be able to save the world, man, save our children. But, I had to understand that, first as a millennial, that everything ain't microwavable, right? You got to be able to cook it very well to actually get the job that you want done. So I think that's my biggest challenge. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Trying to get all them people to convince, man. God dog it. We need one vote. Here we go. Lee. We need one vote to get this thing passed. One vote. We can't get one vote. Nah. The A plus B equals, that look like a P right there. That look like a P. No, we not voting on no. That look like a P. That's a P. No, it's a P. No. I can imagine how hard it is. So, question: How many kids? You know how many kids are actually in DeKalb County?
In the district?
Like in the district?
Yeah. So in 2018, we started at about 103,000 students, but then COVID-19 pretty much pushed a few students out. So now we're right at like 94,000 students, the third largest school district in the state of Georgia. Well, in Metro Atlanta right now. Yeah.
The third largest.
The third largest.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big drop off.
Right.
That's a big.
Well, where did they go? Did you go homeschool or y'all know?
Well, so when things became political about the whole mask mandates, right? And then we had different parents rebel on that, and then took their children out and sent them to the private sector. So we lost a good chunk of students. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe a 30,000. As far as like, man, that's a big drop off.
Yeah, wow. That's huge. Okay,
that's a huge drop off, man. So, wait, what you go about to say?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, you said something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking out loud.
My bad. So okay, I know this is another part question. So what is the strategies being done to trying to convince some of the parents to bring these kids back into the district? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any kind of strategy that's coming up with or have that try to get the parents to come back in, get the kids to come back in the district?
Well, I think, the overall message is, public education is as greater than, private education as well. I think just with private schools, they have the opportunity to, govern themselves. And, most kids, most scholars, parents don't really want to be able to be under that umbrella because it's public education. But, we've been implementing, new strategy. Well, the superintendent and the staff been implementing, new strategies on, trying to gather them back. But it's not as easy, as we think, convincing those parents to bring them back. But come on back, y'all. We are as great as anyone else. DeKalb County, I think, not just because I'm a product of my environment. I really think and believe that, that it's a really, really great school district to raise our scholars in our future.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Baby, come back.
You can on me. I was. Oh, we can't sing the whole song. We might get copyrighted friends.
Yeah. Don't do it. No, stop.
They be tripping about that, boy. They like, oh, nope. We gonna mute that right there.
Cut.
Right. So what can we expect from the Board of Education this year? Like, and are there any changes that we should know about?
Well, yeah. So recently, like I stated before, we just passed a really beautiful budget, and one of my biggest thing is to ensure that that our scholars are directly being impacted by these things. And we all know that the COVID-19 and other issues that we deal with on the South End, as far as the different neighborhood challenges, I'll say.
Gotcha.
Social emotional is something that our scholars need. So a few things that we've done was we allocated at least about $4 million towards psychologists, nurses, social workers, school counselors. We beefed up our campus security by $6 million. Family engagement, we beefed up, some more. And one of my prized possessions, and I know we're going to talk about it also, but is we're actually funding, more programs for early learning centers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
That is really, really, really dear to my heart.
Dope. That's what's up. I'm excited. That's the first time. This is my first time. I'm excited about this.
So it's a lot now. We're gonna be excited by the time we get off this.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now I want to. Now, okay. So how can parents play a bigger role in bridging the gap? You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of one PTA meeting once in my life.
You did? When was that? Oh, before.
This.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of reluctant to go to
that.
Yeah, when Dedrick was going to I don't want to put the middle school out there, but he was going to that middle school, and they had a meeting, and things got a little heated, and kicked me out.
Well, what you done got up there cussing folks out and stuff?
And everybody out. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was upset. I was mad. Like I was upset at how things was going. You know what I'm saying? That at that time, you know what I mean. But that's why now I've been like reluctant to go. But but I know other parents. I know that's not the only way that parents can get involved. You know what I'm saying? So like, how can parents play a bigger role in bridging the gap of education? How can parents get involved and not get kicked out of PTA meetings like me?
Calm down. That's first of all.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate this question. Number one is really, and I know it's difficult and challenging for households where we have to work 3 to 5 jobs and stuff like that and overnight, but really trying to get involved in your children's or your child's educational experience. That's like number one. They always will say that, it's a difference between the North and the South DeKalb, but the real biggest difference is that the parents are more engaged and vocal about the experiences that their children are having. My very first year as a board member, the first 2 years I spent really pretty much educating our constituents on how to be the right voice, right? So for instance, you were frustrated, and you have all means to be frustrated, but what I have to educate our parents on that is a certain way on actually being vocal to get things done, right?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, our prized possessions are in those schools, right? So you don't want the teachers to be like, recognize your scholar by, man, your daddy just cussed me out or something.
You get detention, but I ain't even do that,
right.
But really, DeKalb has done some great work in family engagement, and also, incorporating a GED program where parents that don't have that education have the ability to go back into school and graduate with a degree. But throughout the years, we're going to be rolling out just different ways on communicating with the parents to let you all know, like, hey, we are here, right? But it has to be able to the communication has to be able to come from the top down to the principal. So everyone has to be involved, as we shape this next generation. So just be a part of it, even if you don't know the work, right?
Right.
Go to YouTube or something, but just really try to be a part, because that's 69.5. You being involved will probably get that child a 70%, percentile rate in the school. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, don't get kicked out like me. Going there cussing. Don't know what the hell. It's. I think I had the right mind and a motive, but just my frustration was like, like, no, Mr. Allen, no, sir, you can't come in. They had to keep me from the school for it. I'm like, I ain't doing. I'm just saying, like.
Call me before you get to that tipping point next time.
Nah, this how I definitely will.
I ain't breaking him, Diijon. You ain't got to worry about it. I ain't breaking him.
Man, get Diijon on the phone, please, before I go off.
I'll leave him at home.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay. Question: Is the libraries are part of the education circuit or whatever like that? Or that's a whole totally different.
What do you mean? The public libraries or?
Yeah, Is that part of the education, whatever, or that's a whole totally different thing?
Well, we as a school board, we try to, figure out new ways on collaborating with, every organizations to be able to be a part of it. So it just really depends on the area or the actual school. The partnerships is going to probably come from, the principal to that local facility to try to build that network. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I gotcha. All right, that's what's up. All right, cool. So what programs the district? I know you had talked about this before, the prisoner pipeline. But so what programs are available to reduce the school to prisoner pipeline?
All right, so Shay, you mentioned something that was very valuable, right, to me, and that was the winning circle. Just to try to give you a bit of an overview, at the time when the winning circle was implemented, they knew that there was a problem with the school to prison pipeline, and they wanted to, I was a part of it, and they wanted to capture the children while they were in elementary school, to recondition their minds, so while they, start to matriculate through schools. When I graduated from Kennesaw State, I came back and realized that we don't really have a effective, beneficial program like that. So the My Brother's Keeper, Our Sister Keepers program is the new winning circle, where it guides our children of color in those areas. And now I'm proud to say that particular program, my Sister's Keeper and My Brother's Keeper initiative, is in 137 of our different schools. So it's a mentoring program that helps guide our scholars, because we're being disproportionately suspended, expelled from school, and starting as early as pre-K, and statistics shows that the more a child is removed from its learning environment, the more that they have to play catch up, right? And we know how it is, when you not capable of reading, writing, and the basic, mathematics, you have to fool the class. I mean, that's just what it is, because you don't want to show those other scholars that you are incapable of doing the work, right? So it is a substitute to really get them back on program, right? And then also, like I said, those early learning centers, districts is at times focused on graduation rate, right? But when are we going to focus more on what we're doing with children as we bring them in, right? Children of color is been disproportionately affected, in all areas of the spectrum because of, systematic racism. And that's just hands down what it is. So what the school district has identified was to start in as early as 3 and 4 years old. So now imagine, your child is starting, to learn these vocabulary words at the age of 3, 4, and then enter, kindergarten.
Right.
Now we're able to we're about 15,000 words difference, maybe more than that, from any other race, right? So imagine if we can articulate our words and, read on grade level, and then read, being able to do the basic necessities that we can do. By the time we get to high school, we already know the basic math and arithmetic. I had the opportunity, Shay, to teach in a maximum security prison last year. And I taught there for about 3 years, and the main conversation that we had was, so how do we capture our scholars, before they get to this point?
Exactly.
And all of them said was, man, I wish I stayed in school. I wish I stayed in school. I wish I stayed in school. So now, just by thinking about that, how can we make education better than television? You know what I'm saying? Better than TikTok, better than, our cellular devices, because engagement is really, how we're going to keep our children, mostly involved. And that's what the districts on all across America is working hand in hand on doing. But I'm proud to say that, we're investing in both areas, when it comes to those, that area.
That's what's up. Yeah, I think that's going, I think that's definitely gonna be a challenge, even for parents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a challenge with parents, with us. You know what I mean? Trying to, get our kids off the devices to open up a book. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that that's a challenge. You know what I mean? Of course we can kind of take it away, but then when they go to school, they still gotta, they got friends, they got phones and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a different challenge. I'm glad that Dekalb, I'm glad that you guys are implementing that. Now I wish there was a program too, more programs that will also, like, I have a 16-year-old, I have a 17-year-old stepdaughter, you know what I'm saying, and my stepson, he about to get in high school. So I just wish that there's gonna be some programs that was implemented that to help them with with going to college. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day, they had those couple, but they was kind of, but still was kind of dwindling away a little bit. But now it's like kind of completely gone. You know what I'm saying? To help students who wants to go to college, help them with, hey, this is what these schools are looking for. This is how to fill out your FAFSA loan. FAFSA. If you got to take a loan now, this is who you need to do. I wish there was more programs like that. Is there any type of programs like that in DeKalb County?
I'm sure. I'm most certain that it is, but from a macro level, we identify, what is the use of the guidance counselor, right? Guidance counselors scheduling, the guidance counselors does everything else, but what their job is really asking them to do. So throughout the years, the district has, allocated allotments to provide them with data clerks, so that somebody can else do the work, so that they can pretty much focus on that. But it's still a challenge. The ratio, from the counselor to the student ratio is low, right? The state is, don't quote me on that, but it's probably like 1 every 500 scholar, right? I know we had talks about, why can't we do one counselor per every 250 scholar, or maybe lower than that, right? So we have to continue to, work with legislators to try to get more funding for our schools, so that we can have that, those opportunities to happen. But man, it's tough. It's tough. It is tough. We do have student engagement coaches. We still do have, peer support groups. We do have, other resources that can help with those challenges. But I think communication is a factor. Getting them more engaged, and helping with our parents. Our parents is, you guys, right. We gotta push our scholars to get in school. Man, we do.
Yeah, man, you're right about that. You're right. Don't worry, Shay, get the checkbook. We're gonna write a check now.
but see, the thing that I took, because you have a 9th grader, right? One of the things that I'm actually, I'm a big fan of is dual enrollment. Because dual enrollment allows your scholar to be able to spend that first 2 years, I think from 11th grade, and they'll be able to graduate with an associate's degree. So that's less money on you all's pocket, as parents. And then it would allow that scholar to be able to be advanced, and spend only two years. So that would be only about $15,000-$30,000 out of your pocket, instead of $60. Right.
Okay, but dual enrollment. Okay.
Man, let's try to man. Look, I'm with that. Anytime to save some money.
Okay, we have 3 college students. We have 3 between us. We have 3 college students.
Mm-hmm.
In the house. Well, they're not in the house, but they're on campus.
Right quick. Hold on. Because my phone, I'm going dead in a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, yeah, but that's that whole piece about, trying to really encourage our scholars about college, because they think it's just like ordinary school where you're under the rules of a teacher, but you really have a lot of freedom. So let's tell the truth about the parties and the things.
Yeah. That's something.
Whatever it takes to get them in school.
Right. Yeah, I try not to focus too much. Like Shay said, we got 3. You know what I'm saying? My son go to Central State. My daughter go to Georgia State, and my stepdaughter goes to West Georgia. So.
Nice.
Trying to tell them about damn parties. Yeah, and I went to Savannah State. So it's.
I don't want to hear it. We had the biggest parties.
Yeah. I know. I went to college. So
grades better be looking good.
Right.
Yeah.
So right. So let's talk about it. School safety and the teacher shortage. Now I didn't know nothing about the teacher shortage.
Yeah.
And, so tell us shortage going on in DeKalb County right now.
Well, I'll say it's going across nationwide.
Okay.
Because of the perception and because of the type of scholars that we're dealing with right about now, and the pay is not really equivalent to what the teachers are asking for. So some of the things that we've done as a school district, as a school board, was each year, since 2018, each year all staff will receive a 2% increase, no matter what, every single year, forever. As long as the budget is good, a 2% increase, and different stipends, and for to be able to retain our teachers, we gave out bonus almost $80 million worth of bonuses last year, just to try to capture and keep our teachers. But at the end of the day, it's not really what people want no more. The pandemic has really made people more aware that you can do less work virtually, than actually doing lesson plans, being in front of a classroom and being held accountable and things like that. So most teachers are actually leaving the profession. So I can only imagine what it's going to look like in the next 10 years if, the nation as a whole don't get it together.
Wow.
Right. Wow.
No matter what we do, it's still going to be the same. We have laws that are put in place that you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't be this, you can't, and you have to teach some of the things that the kids don't want to learn. And some teachers just pretty much frustrated, when it comes to that. But we all got to work together because it's important. It's very much important.
Wow.
Gotcha.
And then
yeah. I know. I heard y'all spent. I hate to use the word spend, but y'all invested. Into the school safety. School safety. So
the budget.
The budget and stuff like that. So what things y'all implemented to keep the schools and kids safe, and teachers too, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. And I think. So the school district has been doing this, gradually every year, way before, the last school shooting that happened. It's always has been talk of, what can we do to keep, our environment safe, right? Mm-hmm. But invested into more, SROs, which is school resource officers. And our resource officers are not the typical resource officers that people are afraid of. They're more as a mentor and as a guidance in our schools to help track down on different things. We invested more in canine dogs because our kids somehow bring the community, the streets to the schools, and drugs and guns has been confiscated on a rapid basis. So investing in those things, and then also in our elementary schools, just pretty much just allowing them to know that, hey, you can feel safe, in this environment. Our police department is the second largest in Dekalb, as a whole, after DeKalb County Police Department. So they're working on different initiatives, working with the King Center, working on different training, to be able to keep our schools safe. But it's going to really start in the home, and also it's going to start in the community. The homes, communities, and the schools have to collaborate with each other to be able to reduce this this violence, and social media.
Right.
Yeah.
I really, it does start with us, the parents, you know what I'm saying? And then, that trickles down to the community coming in together, and then, and then you will see a difference. But I think it's definitely important for parents, us, we need to all get involved somehow, some way, get involved in all aspects, levels, because we sending our kids to school and try to get to get an education, and they need to feel safe, and we need quality teachers. So, y'all teachers don't go nowhere. Y'all stay. We need y'all.
Baby, come back.
Right. We need y'all.
Oh.
All right now.
Yeah, I stopped at that part.
Gotcha. All right. Tell us about the projects you got coming up in the community outreach programs as well.
Well, so throughout the summer, we had what we call a mosaic summer learning. I don't know if you all received that information, but it gave scholars the opportunity to be a part of robotics, culinary, just different things that they are interested in. That's been going throughout the whole summer. We had the free summer meals that started June the 15th, and it ends next week, July the 20th. Coming up, we have our big extravaganza, back to school jam. That's going to be July the 23rd. So you all come from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that is at the Hartford Stadium off of Memorial Drive.
That was last year, right? That was the same place, right?
Same place last year, but I think last year was a drive-in because of the COVID, and I think I hope this year.
I went last year. Look, let me tell. Go ahead.
Yeah. Last year was the
so hot out there. It was.
It was hot.
Crazy. But
come and get these book bags, pencils, pens, and other utensils to make a year great. Yeah,
that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That what's up, man. Hey, woo, boy. I'm telling you, boy. DeKalb, man. Me and DeKalb County, boy. We like that, dog.
Hey, don't think we got no more meetings now.
Nah, I'm not. Now I did his interview with Diijon. I can't do that. Ain't you did the interview with Diijon? Yeah, I did. Yeah, get back in this car, sir. That's what you do.
So of course, this is my famous question here on Piff Radio. We always love to ask our guests, what is your zodiac sign?
The best of them all, right? The best of them all. I mentioned that June is like the best month of the year, but June 22nd, I start off with the Cancers, man.
Cancer.
Yeah.
The
best all around.
Goddamn Cancers be emotional for no reason.
Be just emotional.
We working on it, right? We working on it.
They don't even know. Crabby too. They be a little crabby.
Right. They don't even know why they be going off. You know what I'm saying? Man, goddamn it, sit down somewhere. But we all sitting down though. I'm just saying.
Geminis.
I mean,
have all the Geminis coming your inbox.
All right, now don't have no Geminis coming after you now.
No, right. My wife is a Gemini. My mom as well. And my son.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You got two women in the house. That's what happened. You got two women in the house.
Y'all all be all over the place.
Right. She in the kitchen and one in the bathroom. Like, wait a minute. What's going on?
The hot and cold effect. Shout out to the Cancer gang. And then, of course, we do have our famous question. This question here in particular, I know it's really weird. When we hit guests with that, they be like, where does that come from? What's random, right? This is Javi Ware, the pilot, one of our co-hosts, and he actually is watching on Facebook. He is in the comments. So this is the question that's going to decide What did he say? What does he say? That's going to decide
between humanity or something.
Humanity, who saves humanity, because
he
he doesn't like pineapples on pizza. I love pineapples on pizza, so we ask all our guests, and we have like this thing going on, a contest on who's going to win this year. I won last year. So the way you look like you. Do you like pineapples on pizza?
Nah, at all. Not at all. So you might not win this year, Shay.
Oh yeah. I
don't even understand the concept. I don't get it. No.
Pineapples is great on pizza.
No.
I'm done.
When you up for a re-election again?
I have 4 more years. No.
remember this 4 years from now. Yeah, he didn't like the pineapples. I ain't vote for.
Not at all, man.
Okay, darn. All right,
God.
you got Javi.
You got that one, Javi.
Javi definitely is winning this year. It's definitely been a great time with you, Diijon. Coming on Piff Radio, and before we close out, what are your social media handles and where can our audience find you?
You can find. I am very active on Instagram, and I got the blue check, so I'm certified.
I went there and I was like, wait a minute.
That boy got the blue check.
Got the blue check. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram as Dacosta.Dekalb, on Twitter, Dacosta.Dekalb, and also on Facebook, board member Diijon Dacosta. So I'm very much active with my community on those platforms.
All right, Mr. Blue Check himself.
Blue check.
I went on there and looked like.
Yep.
That boy in there. Okay, congrats on that. And before we get out of here, Diijon, give us that drop for Piff Radio.
Man, you already know it. I've only done interviews with one radio station, man, the best radio station in the nation. All right, and that is Piff Radio Station, man. I really appreciate you all. Deuces to everyone, 22s, baby. Yeah, so that's what it is, man. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you,
man. Hey, man, thank you for blessing us, giving us, a lot of insight on how we can get involved. Yeah, and how, I better not get kicked out of no more PTA meetings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I get kicked out of one, I'm calling you, Deshaun. I just got kicked out of Brownsville PTA meeting now. The elementary school, they why? Because, man, they gave my student 15,000 words to study.
Oh, man.
Sight words. Sight
word. They said 100. It's 15 on here, man. That's too much. It's too much. They gave me a playbook. That's what's up, man. Hey, Deshaun, thank you for coming on Piff Radio, man. Thank you, man. Don't be a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Come on back. You know what I mean? Definitely come on back, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some things going, there's will be a lot of good, great things going to happen. And we definitely need to know about it. We definitely need to know about it.
Yeah,
you know
tap into us as well. If you ever need media coverage, we can definitely see if we can get out there and cover when you're having these different programs and getting out there in that community. And we can definitely come out there and cover a little bit.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because, like I said, the most important thing is communicating with our our community to let them know where these great resources are. So I appreciate that.
For sure.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Piff Radio 24/7 global radio station. And we had Diijon Dacosta Sr.
Yes, sir.
Of DeKalb County Board of Education. All right. And guess what? We gone. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces.